I have a cookie business, and I wanted something really rich and decadent and special. Instead of just a regular chocolate cookie, you know, chocolate truffles and chocolate comes to mind. So I thought this is just the ultimate cookie. Instead of having to go and get really fancy, expensive truffles, this is the next best thing that kind of makes a cookie unusual and really, really special.
So where do you get these little pistoles, these cute little chocolate?
These are Calibo and cocoa berry pistoles, and you can get them online. A lot of gourmet stores also carry them now.
And the best way to chop them is with a serrated knife.
Yes, and we want fairly large chunks because they give the cookie a great, great texture. And we reserve 1/3 of the chocolate in the whole pieces.
Oh, good, so they're bigger.
Yeah, and then the rest we just roughly chop up. So in our dry ingredients here, we have cocoa powder, cake flour, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda.
There are a lot of different ingredients in this cookie, and I didn't count how many, but there's about at least 15 ingredients.
There are a lot of ingredients, but you'll see the final product is really well worth it.
Yes, yes.
And then we're adding a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I like to use a Vietnamese cinnamon. It's really nice. It's very strong and rich in flavor.
Where do we find the Vietnamese
You can
cinnamon?
get it online, Penzies.com.
Oh, okay. It's a spice company.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, a lot of the grocery stores now are selling Vietnamese cinnamon because a lot of bakers really like to use it.
Yeah, it's strong and very fragrant.
Yes, so we just whisk that together.
Okay.
And then here we have some chocolate, bittersweet chocolate melting over some low simmering water.
So is that this chocolate over here?
Yes, that is one part of the three there.
Okay.
There we have bittersweet whitened milk, and here we have some bittersweet. And to that we add some unsweetened chocolate and some butter.
Should I be adding sugar to this?
Yeah, yes, first we're gonna add the eggs.
Oh, okay.
So we have 3 eggs and 3 egg yolks.
Okay.
So in there is the melted chocolate mixture.
Oh, okay.
So 3 eggs and egg yolks. You can just add them one at a time. And you don't want to mix this on high speed, just on a low speed. We don't want to incorporate a lot of air into the cookie.
Yes,
because we want it to have that real dense and fudgy texture. So we keep that moving. And then to that, after we do that, we're going to add some superfine sugar. And I like superfine sugar in this recipe because it dissolves quickly. A nice thing also is to add your eggs when your chocolate is slightly warm. It gives a real nice sheen to the final product.
Yeah, it does. Look
so don't be afraid to add, you know, the eggs into the warm chocolate. Superfine sugar.
So when you're out buying your holiday ingredients, and now's the time because the stores are going to run out of stuff. With people like you telling us to make these delicious things.
Well, superfine sugar also is referred to as bar sugar. A lot of people use it for cocktails, so it's actually a time of year that you probably have
a whole tablespoon.
Yes, you can put a whole tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then,
which you can also get at Penzies.
Yes, you can get at Penzies.
Or even Amazon has a very good baking supplied portion on their website. Okay.
And then next we're going to add some Truffle.
Now what's Truffle?
Truffle is a French coffee extract that's really, really potent. It's really nice because it doesn't have any alcohol mixed into it.
Oh.
It's actually just ground coffee, water, and a little bit of sugar that's boiled down until it gets really syrupy. So it has this really strong kick of flavor.
And when do I add this?
This you just add next.
Is the salt in here? Everything's in here?
Yes, everything's in there. So we're just gonna add that. And then you can just work with the mixer a little on and off, get it incorporated.
It smells really good.
You can smell that cinnamon and cocoa coming through.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add our chopped chocolate pieces.
Now, do you mix those in by machine?
Yes, you can mix them in by machine.
Okay.
And the one thing about that is that you want,
this. Oh, so the whole and the...
Yes.
Oh, everything.
Everything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the thing about that is that you want the dough to be cool. You don't want it warm. So sometimes you need to wait a minute or two because you don't want your chocolate to melt into the dough. You want it to stay into the chunks.
And all these too?
Yes. And
you
if you
see
don't,
why these are so good? Oh,
my God.
It's a lot of chocolate.
Hence chocolate truffle cookie.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Yeah. And you know, Martha, if you can't find Truffle or you don't have coffee extract, you can use some strong brewed coffee.
This is a beater that you do not wash. You lick. Do not wash.
So we would chill that for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because you can see it's pretty soft to handle.
Yeah. Okay, so chill.
Yes.
And once it's chilled, this is it.
Here we have the dough. And we can go ahead and start scooping.
Okay, you show.
We have a 3/4 ounce scoop. And we just kind of flatten it with our hand.
Okay.
Take that out. And then I like to brush a little bit of water the bottom of the cookie and then dip it into this white sanding
Oh,
sugar.
that's what
and
gives it that.
Yeah, it gives us this really
Really?
nice crunch, and it looks pretty too. So you
So
have dense,
beautiful.
fudgy, and then you kind of have a little finish of the crunch. I like to just give the cookie a little push with my thumb. They bake nice and flat that way.
This is for me. So 325.
325 in a convection oven for 7
Yeah.
to 8 minutes, or at 350.
Well, instead of eating the raw dough, I think I'll eat the real thing. Look how beautiful this is, and these are 7 to 8 minutes, and turn your tray once.
Yes, turn your tray
and
once.
if you're a chocolate lover, there's no better cookie than this one. It's a great treat for your holiday dessert table.